By mid-2023 to mid-2024, those 12 months probably, or at least 9 months, it could be at its peak. The solar flare activity in the sun has gone up significantly and it's going up further. Maybe about 18 months ago, it started. When the solar flares increase, it has a significant impact on the magnetic field of the planet and the amount of radiation that happens. There are various things, I don't want to go into the science of it, but it has serious impact on all planets. Our concern is Earth. A few people who come from Mars, they all have their own problems, but on planet Earth, there is significant impact, all life is impacted. Well, once again, because today we have come to this place in the world, unless you believe, mark my words, unless you believe, you understand. Unless you believe you understand, you cannot accept anything. This is a very crippling state, but unfortunately people have come to this. When I say you believe you understand, do you really understand how this planet is spinning and how it is going around the sun and how this is all working and how it is impacting your body and how you're living and how your breath is happening? Do you really understand? But you read it in the 6th standard textbook. You're a textbook scientist and you know all of it, you know everything. So, essentially, except for a few top-notch scientists maybe, for the rest of them, science is like religion, they just believe. What is said in one book, if you believe, you become religious. If you believe what is said in many textbooks, you become scientific. So these solar flares are happening, autonomic nervous system is seriously impacted by this, everybody knows this. I know this from what happens in my system and I see how it is happening in other people's systems. Digestive system, your breathing process, your ability to digest, your ability to breathe and absorb what you need to absorb, everything is affected by the solar flares. So when this started, the solar flares started happening and I felt certain things within my system. Then I inquired with a few people, what is happening? It's like… feels like this. Then they said the solar flares have kicked out. The next 6 years, they will be at a very high pitch, the kind of pitch that we have not seen in our lifetime at least. So now the solar activity, one way is in the Indian traditions and in scriptures and other things. I'm not an expert on this, but I know it has been said that when solar activity rises like that, there could be a lot of death, there could be disease, there could be wars, there could be psychological imbalances, there could be lot of turmoil in human life and lot of upheavals in animal life, every life on the planet, because it affects your nervous system, digestive system, pulmonary system, everything. Now, is it causing harm to us? No. It's just like this. So, this, if you're conscious, this is a fantastic time because I want you to understand this. It is only in the summer when the sun is really hot, all the plants really burst out. They know how to make use of the sun's energy. You will say, oh, very hot, oh. Winter also, of course, you were complaining, but something new. Every season gives you something new to complain. Whether it is the climatic season or your life seasons, always complaining about something because you don't learn how to ride it. So these solar flares, for a spiritual seeker who wants to transform his energy, well, this is a time when everything is cooking really well. I want to make sure all the consecrations I want to do, I finish within this next 4.5 years. 80% I am correct on this, but it could be a little off. Probably by mid-2023 to mid-2024, those 12 months probably, or at least 9 months, it could be at its peak. So at that time, will we bring realization to the world or disasters to the world, or will nations start shooting at each other? I don't know. I would like to see something very positive and wonderful happens. And there is enough scientific study today to support this, that these solar flares have been marked in the yogic calendar in the past. Whenever solar flares rose to a certain pitch, it is happening all the time, but certain times, I don't think there is any particular kind of timetable for that. It is just happens for whatever reasons. I don't think anybody has really figured out why it happens and why the timing of it. Because probably the cycles may be in millions of years, there is nobody here to observe that, exactly why it happens at a certain given time. Our observations are all of a few centuries, so we really do not know. But whenever these solar flares happen, great yogis rose in that culture. At the same time, battles happened, disastrous events happened, sometimes earthquakes happened, because the magnetic forces in the planet and the thermal forces in the core of the planet are all being influenced by the solar flares. So, if a volcano erupts, if you have a gallery view of a volcano going off full on, what a fantastic view, you wouldn't want to miss it, isn't it? Only if you're at the foothills and you're going to become part of the molten stone, that's not a good thing. So every force in the world is like this. So, when something like this is happening, the populations on the planet should have the wisdom to get themselves to the right place, so that this extra force that is being exerted upon this planet could work to our advantage.